Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of the Agile Scrum. We are already in business analysis, and the beauty of every track is that you can start anytime and still you will find it is your day one. That's how our intention is to deliver the training. Training you can receive as your IT project in a way that your every single day should add at least a year of experience to your profile. And whatever it can only happen when you will do the assignments which is given to you. So assignment, generally we talk how many types of assignment do you all remember?
Said and unsaid
Yes.
That's
assignments.
right, Ashi. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, these are said and unsaid assignments. What is said assignments? Said assignments are on very particular day we ask you to do something which is um, you know which is something different than usual. And unsaid assignment are that you summarize whatever you have learned on the day in a mirror or in a video less than a minute video in a way that even you know uh, 5-year-old can understand. So if your intention to deliver the summary in this way is successful, then you are adding value to your own placement. So I'm going to quickly run you through with the some ground rules that will keep you abide by your own goal and your own intention that you are here not just for the training, but you are here to get placed. So anyone here for the first time? So Devinder, I heard that it is your day one, right?
Yes, sir.
So Devinder, could you please introduce yourself that from where you are connecting, what do you do, and do you have any prior experience and educational background, please?
Yes, so my name is Devinder. I'm from US, close to Chicago. I don't have any IT experience. I was house maker for a while. Then I had a business, a spa business.
Mhm.
So that's about it. So I want to change of a career. Kids are to school, so I have time for myself now.
Yeah. And any educational background, Devinder?
Yes, I do have a bachelor in OMIS, Operation and Information Management.
Okay, that's nice. And you were into business. How long you had been into business?
So I had hotel businesses for like, so I've been into business industry probably at least 12 years.
12 years. That's great. So welcome to Guru School, Devinder. We are going to get started. Everyone can type in chat window, welcome Devinder. And what I'm going to do is that, as I said, that I'm going to share the ground rules. So here are the six quick ground rules. That first one says that show up on live. It means that you will be on time, remain punctual, remain highly committed. Second one is be the full stack student, means whatever you learn. So related to that, do all the assignments just now I said. Do self-research, not only apart from the current learning, and repeat whatever you have learned. Third one is that take the responsibility of your own success and failure. Why for failure? Success is understandable, but why for failure? Because when you take the responsibility of failure, you may happen to correct it, and there you find that failure is the trail for the success as well. The fourth one says that to do so, it requires really, mindset, actually agile mindset, which comprises of, learning mindset. You need to be a lifelong learner, and then positive mindset, go more complaint free, and more complaint free you'll go, you will find you are loaded with gratitude. And the fifth one says that to do so, you need to increase your receptivity, and for that you are given audio track, which is the 30 days of challenge. By doing so, you will experience the positive impact on your every action and the result as well. And second says that under increasing the receptivity, that you follow golden quadrant of learning before you get into the deep learning. How it is going to happen. So you will start your deep learning with the declaration, and declaration will happen with the anchor. And once you are done with the declaration with anchor, then get into deep learning and then draw using pen and paper the notes, whatever you are learning of, and then summarize it, as I said, that in a less than 1 minute video, post into our regular WhatsApp group. And this could be aired if we find that you are improving day by day, and this such a summary will be vigilant to the recruiters who has access to YouTube, Guru School's YouTube channel, and eventually you will be invited for also vendor interview preparation as well based on that. So let's get started with the deep learning with the declaration with anchor. What is going to be anchor? Anchor is nothing but it's gonna be clap or say self hi-fi. At the count of 3, what we are going to do is that we are going to clap and then repeat what you see on the screen selected. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes from everyone, please.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So thank you. So we are going to start it 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat after me. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick
learner.
Hello.
What others can learn and master,
What others can
Others
learn
can
and
learn.
master.
I too can do that.
I too can
It's okay.
do that.
One more time, let's anchor. 1, 2, 3 and clap. Because I am an awesome learner,
Because I'm an
awesome learner.
today's learning is going to be
Today's
learning is
Going to be.
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy.
Yes, exactly. It is going to be super duper easy because just now you said so. And in case you did not say so, you may experience the difference as well. The sixth one demands you to be a giver. So because you're learning and you're growing, so on the path of growth, you must keep your ego away because you're coming from the various types of experience and huge means long years of experience. And, that requires to keep ego away because you are learning and, it may hinder and it may it may not let the growth continue in the flow. That's the reason the moment you keep your ego away without memorizing that how much total years of experience, it will make you more spiritually grounded, means more happy while you are learning. And your path of growth will be easy. And while you are here for learning, not just for learning, also to get placed. And once you get placed, you will automatically start earning. So in case you are already earning or thinking of earning, then also have an intent to give away 5% or 10% of your earning, because when you give, you grow, and when you receive, you may survive. So give away to grow and to inspire others in your surrounding, not just with this intent that I'll give away and then I grow. So you can have such intention of charity, and while you do so, appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even what does not happen to you. That is preparing you for the next step. Having said so, let me quickly tell you that when we are going to meet now on every Sunday for technical session, every Monday for technical session, and every Tuesday for technical session at 9:30 p.m. EST. But don't forget to get into the RRP session. Attend, even it may sound repetitive, because you are creating your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Tomorrow, if you have not attended RRP session and you are coming back asking that when will I get placed? My first question will be like this, that are you attending RRP session? And if you'll answer, your answer will be, I'm not attending, then I may not help, because the point of contact for your placement are generally a group of HRs and, RRP session, in fact, where, your profile is optimized and your continuous visibility creates the credibility that you are really looking for the placement, and you are really serious about it, and thereby your presence itself forces the HR and RRP team to continue to market you. So remember to not to miss even a single RRP session. So that's one of the appeal from our end. Having said so, let's get into the deep learning. Who can tell me what do you remember from yesterday? What you had learned, what you were learning last?
Various
Yesterday.
activity diagrams.
We learned about the
Flow chart. Flow chart.
Business analyst
fishbone
models.
diagram.
What was the last diagram? Do you remember?
Fishbone
Fishbone
process flow diagram.
Yes,
diagram.
it was
Fishbone
fishbone
diagram.
diagram, and it is also called as what?
Root cause diagram.
Root cause
Exactly.
diagram.
Analysis
It is
diagram.
also called as root cause diagram. So we will continue in the diagram. Why you need to learn diagram? So can someone answer me why you need to learn diagram? And before we get into that, Desdemona has some question. Desdemona, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question if you have.
Yeah, I have a question. So, if I'm asked that what systems I have worked on or I've been working right now, what should be my answer?
Okay, so the question should not be like that. That what system you are using as a business analyst. Okay, so if someone is asking only this line, that what system you are working on, so it may come from those people first who are into development background, and the moment they ask you that, hey, what do you do, and your answer is that I am an IT professional, they may presume that you are working as a developer. And if a developer is asking already you this question, assuming that you also would be working as a developer, he or she would be expecting the answer as if that you would also be working as a developer. So you should be so he is expecting you to be aware of the technology on which the software is being developed you are working upon, or someone who is with the less experience, he might ask you such question. However, in case of business analysis is asking this question, then he or she will not ask you this question, that on what system you're working. He will ask that what all tools or systems you are using as a business analyst. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the slight difference. So you need to know what you need for answering such question. You need to know that in whatever project you are working, that project is related to what domain. That is number one. Second, what all activity it does. Is it a product-based software? Product-based software, say for example, MasterCard. Do you all know MasterCard?
Yes.
Yeah. So MasterCard develops its own software for MasterCard. However, MasterCard's product is also utilized by other companies. Okay, so say for example, let's get into BOFA. BOFA is a Bank of America. Bank of America utilize some part of its product by one company which is known as what's its name? So its former name was S1. Okay, its former name was S1. A recent name I'm just forgetting, and it is using S1 as a software product-based company's software, which has been created by BOFA. If you are knowing that whatever software you are using, it has been developed on which product, you will be able to name that. And again, those products are developed on using what technology, that you can answer. Sometimes it is it is developed on Java, .NET, or something like that. If you are knowing till that level of details, then you are in a right position to answer it.
Yeah.
So
Got
does
it.
it making some sense to all of you?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so like Desdemona asked very right question. Such question can come up from anyone when you are introducing yourself as a business analyst. So they don't know that when you they don't know what job you are doing, and they may ask you this question. Yeah.
Got it.
Prerna, do you want to add something into this in the answer of this question? If you want, you can unmute and you can add that.
Gaurav, can you please repeat the question? Though I understood your explanation, I couldn't get the clarity.
Yeah, so Desdemona was asking that someone asked her that as a business analyst, what system do you use? So in that context, I added some answers. So I was just thinking if you want to add something.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, Desdemona, when somebody asks you this kind of question, the answer generally depends on the organization that you're working with, okay? And more than a system, a business analyst would work more with a client and the entire team, okay? So it's not that you are a technical person, like, you know, how developers say, I work on .NET, I work on Java, right? If you are a BA, you work with all the stakeholders and you work on all the concepts and topics that we are teaching you here. So system, it is always when you get into the a company, they can take, you have to work on Jira, you work on Microsoft Project, you work on any other internal softwares they might have, but it is not specific to your profile. So don't worry about it. This is for everyone. Okay. So so always focus on what we are teaching here and on all the skills that we are agile, scrum, and methodology and diagrams. So that is what is your skill set. And when you go into any company, whatever portal, whatever I would say application or software they are using, they'll definitely train you on that for some time, and then you'll start using that. Make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much, Prerna. So yes, you got Desdemona, the answers are aligned. It is, you are going to use Jira, Rally, Confluence, Azure DevOps, these means such management tools and not any technology. Yeah. So let's get started. So thank you so much for asking this, and let's move. So my question was first, before we got started, why do we need to have diagrams? Why we should be aware of the diagrams? What we are learning? We have learned
To know the flow of the process.
Diagrams are a visual presentation, and like yesterday Prerna explained, those are the universally accepted languages.
Yeah, that's right. So yes, diagrams are to depict the processes through diagrams. So yeah, we design the process through it. So in a nutshell, and let me quickly tell you, before that, we also learned about when you gather the requirement, okay, from client, you use what? You use some document, what we call it as these documents.
Requirement
documents, and it could be functional requirement document, non-functional requirement document, also termed as technical requirement document. So such diagram will become the part of these documents. Today, we are really not into preparation and creation of such documents. Then what do? We use tools like Jira, Rally, or Azure DevOps, something like that. And in that itself, we add in one ticket one kind of element of some description along with attachment of the diagram. We don't embed these all things in a huge word processing document, but we take this ticket management tools, like, as I said, Rally, DevOps, Azure DevOps, or Jira and all. So we use into that. So generally tickets are one-liner or three-liners or something like that. So as I said, that the requirement, when it gets broken, it becomes what? At the first level, it is called as epic. You remember that, all of you? Yeah. And epic is further broken. It becomes what? User story.
User story.
and user story further broken into features and task, and then in a way that for every single person some action items are available. Okay, and but in user story we attach this diagram. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how to write user story and all, we will learn about it. Okay, any questions so far? Can we get started?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's understand. Today we are getting into process flow diagram. By the way, just I had this question from everyone yesterday. So this question to Davinder. Davinder, have you ever designed, have you ever designed flow charts or have heard of this flow chart?
Maybe a long time ago. I mean, I heard of it, but I haven't drawn any flow
Oh,
charts.
no problem. If you have heard, you have seen, that's enough. So you have seen it as well. Thank you. So let's get into, so we are discussing some designs which are to create some processes, and for all the designs and diagram, generally we say that a flow chart is the foundation of it, and that's the reason we are expecting you to know it. So today we will get into the learning of process flow diagram. What is it? I want someone to read the first bullet. Who can read it, please?
A process
A process flow diagram is a visual representation to indicate the flow of processes.
Can you also read the second?
Each step in the sequence is noted within a diagram shape.
Thank you so much. So process flow diagram is just to represent the flow of process, and as it says that every step in the sequence is the diagram shape. So here further we will learn more in detail about the shape of the diagrams. So can someone read the third bullet, third and fourth?
Steps are linked by connecting lines and directional arrows.
Fourth one.
This allows to view the flowchart and logically follow the process from beginning to end.
Exactly. Thank you so much for reading this out. So the lines are, these lines, what you see, the arrows, these are defining the direction. And from start to beginning, you will have the view of the flow, that how it is following the flow. So start to end, so there should be start and end shape. So this shape is called as start and end shape. Okay, this defines the direction, which to which we also call sometime connector. Either this defines direction or it is called as connector as well. Then this here is input and output diagram. Okay, yesterday in DFD, data flow diagram or activity diagram, you saw this was the input output box and this was the processes. But in flow chart also it is more or less the same. So in process flow diagram, you need to remember the rectangle, which a tilted rectangle is input and output box, and normal rectangle is processes. Okay, however, this diamond shape or decision box, this is also known as diamond shape or decision box, just to define any decision you are going to take. Okay, is it clear to everyone all about this shape which is mentioned in this column?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So here it says that choose the correct symbol for each activity, make the connection between the activity using the arrow, indicate the beginning and end of the process, that we are going to start with this and end with this, and then review your business process diagram. So here we'll see the, okay, so what I'll get into the presentation mode so that it will become easy to read for you. Okay, process flow diagram. Let me see if we can. Wait a second. All right, I'm not getting into presentation mode. However, yesterday I told you that where you can create diagrams. Do you all remember that?
Yes.
Okay, where you can create the diagrams?
Lucidchart.
lucidchart.com. Yes, and you can also use Visio. So here, what we are watching here is some steps where customers are involved, sales is involved, management is involved, and credit department is involved. All right. So credit department. So what happens exactly at entry point? This is your input. However, the starting point is this sales. Okay, sales call happens. Okay, and in the sales call, either customer will buy directly the product or order entry is made. Okay, so the moment order entry is made, order form is generated as well. Or when a customer buys the product, credit form is generated, then order entry is made, and then again order form is generated. All right. And once order form is generated, then this order form requires to be approved. Okay, this gets approved by management. Okay, and then you require to check whether credit check has been issued or not. Okay, if credit check has been issued, you also check whether it meets the credit criteria or not, and then its credit check happens. Okay, and if after approval and after credit check it is found okay, then if it is found okay, then again you go ahead for the further decision and check that if is there any account receivable balance. If balance is high, then again credit check happens, and in case credit check does not meet the goal and credit score is bad, then sales is not approved. Okay, sales is not approved. However, when sales is approved and there is a sufficient balance also into account receivable, then what happens? Okay, then what happens? It says that calculate credit terms, means for how long the credit is given, and then credit is issued. The report is generated for credit issuance, and if not, then whatever the terms are there, those terms are approved, and the final sales approval happens. So while this process flow was depicted, so here it got involvement of sales, management, and credit department. Okay, so it was revolving around entire sales procedure. Okay, and in case you want to define any sales procedure, you can utilize or you can design such what do you call process flow diagram to define it at deeper level when it gets connected with the sales department, credit departments, management, and management, and approve any such sales. Having said so, you may not always require to design such process flow diagram. However, it is good to know because you are more or less are aware of activity flow diagram that you can learn from the previous day recording where you have learned all the diagrams. So any question in this process flow diagram?
Yes, sir. One doubt.
Yes, please ask.
Yeah. So like with regard to the shapes, what does this credit form, order form, like what do we depict by that shape, sir, actually?
See, when you enter in any store, so I'm going to give you a normal example. So you go for shopping regularly, right?
Okay.
Yes or no? The answer is not okay.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we go. Yeah.
So when you go, so sometime what may happen that you have bought some garment as well, and you have bought multiple items, and one fine day you realize you may require to return it. On the billing counter, right? Okay,
yes,
it may happen. So there you would require to submit the bill. That is number one. Number two, so that there should be a back check reference. That is number 2. Number 3 is what? You may not directly visit to the store, but you may give a call. Okay. And
Yes.
once you give a call, and then they may say that, hey, I'll be giving you call back. So you may get a call from either purchase department or sales department. For whatever reason you are getting the call, everything will start from that call itself, where the check of previous buying will happen. So here what it is doing, so in this example, what was happening, it was just checking, it was made a simple sales call, and you were given some product, or you were asked to buy some product over the call itself. Okay. So when you buy a call, then is there any connection of you already pre-existing with that store or not? If yes, then the credit form gets generated. Okay. And based on those credit form, if you are entering some order, then order form gets generated. Because your connection is pre-existing with the store, and you also hold some already credit with that store, and whatever you are buying, then it is checked, the balance amount is going to be in negative, or you are remaining, or you are left with the more balance that you can reutilize it later. So where it is checked, it is checked here in the credit, and then further check account receivable balance. Do you have any balance or not? And if the balance has gone negative, then sales may not approve, sales may not get approved. And if it is all in the flow, it gets approved. So this is how it has been designed in a simple process flow diagram. Is it clear to you now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's move further and understand more about a different diagram. So here we will learn now business analysis models. Let's see. Okay, so then how you can design, that should be the question. So business analysis model tools. So whatever you have learned so far are the various designs. Now we are getting into learning of the business analysis model tools. When we are talking about visual business analysis model tools, there are various further diagram. One is visual modeling, like UML, like Prerna was mentioning yesterday, workflow diagram, ER diagram, and WBS, that is work breakdown structure and conversion to design. We will look at it. And today I believe to give you some assignment. And for that, let's see, while giving you the assignment, I'll ask you to do some activity. Just give me a second. Let me flip the slide further. Yeah. So let's learn visual modeling. So visual modeling says that it is nothing but a graphical representation of objects and system. With models, we can focus on subsets of information and identify patterns in our requirement, idea, and business process. Because in the document, like functional requirement document or system requirement document, you just don't put the requirement, but also you put the ideas, and also you put the business process. Agree with me? If not, what you can do, you can take this as a task which I had asked you last time, that you can go ahead and download any template of functional requirement document. So in case you are listening this for first time, go ahead and download this. Okay, this is for everyone. Go ahead and search in a Google that template of functional requirement document, technical requirement document, or something like that, statement of work. These are the types of document. Once you will download, you will have the fair idea how it varies company to company, how every template varies, but it holds almost the similar kind of ingredients, similar kind of objective, similar kind of title, almost more or less same, but format may vary. Okay, so for that, to check that and to confirm that and become more assured about it, what you can do is that go ahead, Google it and download it, and you will see that. So first, let's enter that some examples for visual modelings are given: process flow diagram, business domain model or ER diagram, UI wireframe, and prototype and mock-up. So we will be learning about it. So let's get started with this. Okay. So this is called as workflow diagram. Okay. And what we are going to do is that using this workflow diagram, so let me ask you this question before I answer what is this. So what exactly happens when what customer has asked and what you have delivered has a difference? So what you will call it to such difference?
Defect.
You will call it a defect, bug, or something like that. Yeah, cool. So so when a defect is known, what will you do as a working professional?
Trying to
Want
solve
to
it.
replace it.
Trying to solve it.
Report
No,
to
you
the
won't solve it.
developer. Report to the testing team or development team.
Yeah, so you will simply report it. Okay, the moment some error comes in your visibility, what you will do, your first action is to report it. Why you will not solve it? Who can solve that?
Development.
Those can be solved by the developer. However, as we are talking that everything should follow some process. So what is the defect solution process would be? So when we are talking about defect solution process in IT, we call it as a defect life cycle as well. What do we call it as?
Defect life cycle.
Exactly. So understand what exactly happens. So using workflow diagram, we are understanding. So what I'll do, I'll get into presentation mode. It will be more clearer for me as well, apart from you. So I have switched on and I'm going to share the screen. Yeah. All right. So is it visible, the diagram to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So what happens, whatever you will report, it comes with a status. So you report a defect, and where will you report? In a defect management system or task management system, like in Jira, Rally, Azure DevOps, or something like that, whatever tool the company has given you to choose, to use. So you will report into that system. Okay. So the moment anyone finds a defect, it's just not a tester. So they report the defect. So generally testers do report, and in case as a business analyst you find a defect, generally you also can report that. It's not just a tester would do, but it's a very minor cosmetic type of defect. You can definitely ask in the company your tester buddy to check with whether they have reported the bug what you intend to report. If it is, then the moment it gets into the system, its status becomes the new. The moment its status becomes the new, then development project manager will analyze the defect. So the moment they will analyze the defect, because ultimately developer has to fix it, then developer manager comes into the picture and see, they ask three things. They ask whether this defect is valid. Okay. Second, they will ask whether it is in the scope. And third, they will ask, is it already reported or not? The answer to any of these things are no, then it is not accepted. If it is invalid itself, then it will be rejected. If it is not in scope as well, then also it will be rejected, or it will be deferred. Okay, it will be what?
Deferred.
Deferred. Why it will be deferred? Because today it is not in scope, but tomorrow it may come.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Or it will be the part of the future scope. Third happens, if it is already reported, then it is marked as duplicate. What it is marked as?
Duplicate.
So there you see from new to how, if it is invalid, existing, or out of scope defect, how the status changes. But if it is valid, it is in scope, and it is not reported already, then its status change after accepting. Because developer manager, what he will do, he will have no choice but to accept that defect, and he will have to assign it to some developer. Okay. And the moment he will assign it to developer, its status will change to assigned. What its status will be from new to assigned. And developer, when the so it will be assigned to any individual developer, and the moment individual developer see that it has been assigned to him, he will start working on it, and because he is working on it, he will mark as in progress. He will mark as in what?
Progress.
In progress. And if he fixed it, then he will change this into fixed. And again, he will assign to tester or to the reporter to recheck this defect. And the moment he will recheck this defect, he will either close it, or if he sees that it is really not working the way it was supposed to work, he will again reopen this. And the moment he will reopen, again, it will go back to the developer who fixed it. Developer again follow the entire process from 8 to 8 to this 8 to 9, 8 and 9, and he will assign back to the reporter or the tester. Okay. So here what you see in the defect life cycle or bug life cycle, the statuses change from new to assigned to in progress to fixed. Sometimes fixed are also marked as a resolved, fixed or resolved. So what will be the second status apart from fixed? If not fixed, then what can be marked as?
Resolved.
Resolved, that's right. And new, assigned, in progress, resolved, and then closed. Or if it is not closed, then it will become reopened. Yeah, it is clear, everyone. This is what is bug life cycle.
Gaurav, I have a question.
Yeah, please ask.
What do you mean the defect is in scope or not?
Okay, so you remember when we were just talking about creating statement of work or functional requirement document. In fact, when before we were entering and talking about this thing, you remember the example of payment gateway, PayPal, PayPal checkout we were referring to. So in that, we were discussing about requirement gathering process. Okay. In requirement gathering process, we talked about what we will do, where we need to perform what, and what we are assuming while we are collecting the requirement. And if we are assuming, then what we are not going to work upon, we are talking about the exclusion as well. So when we collect any requirement, we know what all we have to do. However, few things which has not been told. So if something has not been told, every activity costs, cost budget and budget approval. So whatever the requirement has come up, some budget has been assigned to do so. If you see that some activity has not been told you to do, you yourself cannot incorporate that, right?
Okay.
So in the PayPal check, it was very much clear that taxes levied for Hawaii or Alaska, they are not going to calculate that, if you remember that example.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was clearly mentioned that we are not going to work on it. So it was out of scope. Scope means what you are going to include into the development, plus what you are going to exclude, that you are defining very, very clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So if in the document you have clearly defined what you are going to include and what you are not going to include, that defines the scope. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you can say whether it is scope or out of scope.
Okay.
Gaurav,
Thanks.
this is Jyoti, and I have a question about this thing. I mean, I think this is the QA thing. What's the role of BA in that thing?
Yeah.
Because
so what happens? What happens, even though you are a BA, okay, even though you are a BA, sometimes what happens, this role that it is given to development manager to check this validity and scope and whether it has been reported already or not. However, sometimes development manager cannot take a decision. on the validity and in scope part, because tester read in between the lines, okay, and they pick up that has to be the part of scope, and based on that they have reported a defect. If development manager is not a decision maker over here that this defect is accepted or not, business analyst who knows in and out of the requirement, and they can give the authority to accept this defect or not. Once you know that how a defect flows, you should know that in the system, if defect has been assigned to you, what you need to do something. That is number one. Number two, it is not always the code errors that you are going to report. Sometimes you are also reported that what say for example, you have created a document and you ask people to work on those document, okay, the requirement document. What if in the requirement document itself they found some error, some logical error could be. They come back with the question like you have talked about all the years based on the 365 days, how the calculation of rate should be. Say for example, you are developed one requirement for insurance-based premium calculation, right? So you have always talked about the rates for 365 days, okay? You have not considered the leap year. They will come back to you and they will ask you, hey, what we will do in the leap year? Then you say that, okay, so I did not include leap year. I will have to update the document. Because they have reported the defect, now you as a business analyst going to update the document. And it will follow the same flow and then go back to the tester. Do you find, do you agree with this? That such kind of correction you can do as a business analyst?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the reason you should know the entire flow. Because ultimately QA is the part of system, BA is the part of system. You are, as a whole, you are part of one project. So you should know who does what. Clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
So
I have a question too.
Yeah, please ask.
So does that mean like whether the defect is deferred or rejected, does it still needs to be like fixed or?
Okay, so understand, do you remember that in the past we have spoken about sprint? Okay, what is sprint?
Yes.
Time duration.
Yeah, so what is sprint is the question.
The time duration.
Time duration, that's right.
Complete, yeah.
So in a particular time interval, you deliver something, right? Some pieces of project, you bundle it and you deliver it to the client. So you decide that in sprint 1 and 2, we are only going to work on 3-4 items. 3-4 items, which we call it also backlog items. Okay, with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in third sprint, you will deliver something else. However, a person raise a report which is not in the scope of sprint 1 and 2, and thereby development manager, they mark it as a deferred. However, the stress to be fixed of this ticket will be in the sprint 3, not in sprint 1 and 2. So when he is marking as a sprint, marking the ticket as a deferred, should he be worried in sprint 1 and sprint 2? Because it is not there in the requirement of a sprint 1 and sprint 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So ultimately it is going to get fixed or not, because it is supposed to get rolled out in sprint 3. So should it be fixed or not?
Yes.
Yes. So that time it will get activated for the fix. So did I answer your question, Preeti?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So let's move further and see what comes next is ER diagram. So ER diagram is entity relationship diagram.
Entity relationship diagram.
Yes, this is business domain model, and it defines the relationship, right? So it defines the relationship. It means that what do we call? Say when I'm talking about this example, so it has to do with database. Okay, if you are aware of the database, Database means what? Database means what? In a layman term, who can give me the best example?
Collection and storehouse of data.
Complete store of data. So here we are trying to get into the database store, which means that imagine this example as a wardrobe. Okay, so a wardrobe is containing the various types of garments. With me so far?
Yes.
Shirt,
Yes.
t-shirts, trouser, and whatnot. Okay. So someone visits on apparel store and he inquires about something. Okay. He inquires about something and there are various categories where he asked that, okay, I want blue color of t-shirt of size this and should be a brand of this. Okay, now the store manager, what will he say? He asks for the size, he gets confirmed. So size is like L, M, XL or S or L, whatever. Okay, so these are small, medium, large, extra large, these are the size. So every type of the size are given ID code, and the order is the same, SM, XL or L or double XL or something like that. With me so far, the size,
Yes.
there should be a size table, which will always hold the information about the size. Now he will also check and try to merge or try to match the product with this size, the t-shirts are available or not, or shirt are available or not. So the product will be categorized with the ID, other information, and product name as well. Okay, and now the product will also have the category means it could be for male, female, or kids section, for which section, which category he has to do. So he will get into the table of category and he will have the category name, the identifier of those category, and its parent category could be just apparel or uniform or some other section, accessories or something like that. However, to be more precise, the product will have further category as well, further table where he can narrow it down. Okay, so by getting more details is narrowing down on the requirement that what exactly the buyer needs. So he get into the color, what color of t-shirt he wants. So then he will check the availability in the various color, and every color will have the ID and name and code. So now here you see, if a customer demands something, then by running a query, say for example, if so much of tables are there, so much of inquiry he has to do. So what happens, he simply on the software side, he simply fetch the record. What he does?
Fetch the records.
Fetch the record. But in the backend, what happens? Some query runs like in store manager.
Query.
Yes, so these are called as structured query language or SQL queries. So in reality, in store manager can tell to any storekeeper, say for example, his name is Alex, and he can say that, hey Alex, on the on the cupboard or wardrobe behind your left, on the third section, in the fourth shelf, in the third column, there is XL size of red t-shirt. Please bring that out. And this store manager, this storekeeper goes and take it out. From where he has all the knowledge? Because he found by running a query. When he clicked on the fetch button or locate button, he found whether it is available or not. In the background, what happens? The entire, what he does, he said that in to the software, he gave a command, select a red t-shirt from the t-shirt shelf, shelf of of gents apparel table or gents apparel, wardrobe. So these are just name I just now curated for you. So when he runs such kind of query, he is able to locate that into the system. The moment it is visible into the system, he orders to the real person and thereby he fetches that. But before he could order that, he fetches this into the system, and in the system, behind every such query, developers have created such query language. Okay, and he integrated such commands with the buttons. Is it clear to you?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
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 Making some sense to all of you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I hope you are finding it easy to understand with the table and columns and shelf and all.
Gaurav, let me know when you want to take a water break.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much for asking. Now you can go ahead from the next slide. Yeah. So this is, can you take this?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So as everybody can see, this is called as visual model and UI wireframe. That means user interface wireframe or mockup. Okay. So any idea what is a wireframe, or simply what do you understand when you see this image? What do you feel it is? Anything in layman term. I'm not looking for any technical or IT term, right? Okay, so what do you feel this diagram means? Any thoughts?
There
Skeletal
was
structure.
Structure.
basic-
Okay, someone says structure. Yes. Next.
not clear anything requirements and the
Okay. Okay. I'm
It's
looking for
it's a
some words
blueprint.
like structure is one word which is quite suitable.
Mhm.
Yeah, more words. Like what do you feel that is this image or this whatever what design they have made, or it is called as a wireframe. So why it is made like this? I mean, why there is no data? Yeah. So what do you feel? How when you do these kind of things? Yes, go ahead. I just want to channelize your thinking process. Format, yeah. Structure, format, yes, that's good. Next.
To explain the different things in a one at a glance in a website or a kind of a thing.
Okay, very well. To explain, I'm just putting in my words, twisting a little. So explain things that how would they look in a website. Very close. Thank you, Mahendra. Yes. Yes, more thoughts on this. See, we all kind of do this. We all kind of use things like
the
this.
prototype of the any.
Sorry?
It's the prototype of any.
Yes. Very nice word. Prototype. Yes. So let me add this. There is one word called template. Okay. Now let me give you example and you will all start laughing. So basically, whenever you want to create any invitation for your kids or your birthday party, you go on internet and you find templates and you just customize them. Remember?
Yeah.
They have that greeting card or invitation card like template, or simple when you want to bake a cake or mold or make anything, you just have those what you call them, baking mold. What it is, it's just a template. Okay, if it is round circle, you'll get a circle cake. If it is square, you'll get a square cake. Or if you have a cookie cutter, you'll get those shapes. So all these things we do use on daily basis in similar fashion. That's why it is called as a mock-up. And Mahendra actually was very close, though all of you did pinpoint exact words. See what it is, when we do not have the clarity of what the contents of the websites or application would be, okay, but we do know that, okay, the customer would like to have this kind of view. Now here what you can see, it looks like a any page of a website, maybe a home page or any other page. Others, please go on mute. There is some sound coming from your end. Yeah, thank you. So there, what we can see is, the customer requires some image or some video or some graphical, interface, like maybe a video, image, flash, anything, a banner on the left-hand side. That's why they have made it like a placeholder, the box that looks like a letter kind of. And on the right-hand side, by the way, this is also very interesting. Can you read this? Lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum, first two words. Can you read? Is it visible? So lorem ipsum is a global text to just add a junk text, as in when you don't have any data. This is a standard, okay? This is not something random. So lorem ipsum text, if you have any friends who are designers, they'll tell you that wherever you don't know what the content would be, they just paste this data. So this is also a fun element, okay? To be very honest, for many years, even I didn't know, but when I started working closely with designers, see, I was a developer. So development is all back-end programming, coding, database, but designers are very creative, unique, and also I was always very interested in designing part. So when I sat with that team and I just happened to ask them, like, why we always see this text? They said it's a standardized global text that you have to add whenever you are not sure what data will be there as of now. So here, combining all of your answers, UI wireframe simply means that how your application may look like in future. You are just creating a template for it. So maybe in the future, you might add some images here and there. iPhone has entered. I'll just request them to, I think this is Rahul. Is it Rahul? Rahul, that day also you were named as iPhone. So please rename yourself. Yeah. So, so you got this. So now, whatever our understanding we just discussed, I want 4 different people to read the 4 bullet points. Yeah. Can you please go ahead?
Low fidelity user interface prototype may show the general layout of the screen, but not the specific user interface elements.
Yes. So low fidelity UI means as in it's like a very poor or very simple sketch, if I have to call it, right? Okay, one more quick question. If any of you or some of you are interested in arts or sketching, do you see artists sometimes in their YouTube video post a picture of same picture, more refined, more beautiful, and they'll put it 20 hours efforts? Have you seen videos like this?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And what is the stark difference? The 2 hours will be a little simpler. It'll look little not so clean. And the 20 hours or 40 hours picture or drawing would look so refined and so beautiful and so mesmerizing. Right?
Yes.
Same thing with low fidelity, medium fidelity, high fidelity. Just remember that. So low fidelity is something like we just scribble a very basic, like a box and some container, some round shape, some square, and they're like, okay, this might look like this. But then a medium somebody can read medium fidelity, sorry.
A medium fidelity UI prototype will show the UI elements on the screen, but may not represent the actual look.
Okay. So here what they say that it is a lot better and clearer than low fidelity. It will show the UI elements on the screen, but it will not be the exact copy, right? So for example, this I feel is a medium fidelity UI prototype because it is showing basically it shows the placement. Or more fun examples would be when we go to any interior designers, maybe shop or some interior designing items shops, right? They have their the per se dining table or center table, or they have, like, for example, in our case, when we went for shopping some years back, when we shifted homes, so we wanted to get a sofa, right? Sofa for your hall or for your sitting area. So there, when you go to the showroom, they are so big. They have such big sets. Like they had a sofa, they had a 2-seater, they had a 1-seater, and then they had a center table. But our requirement was sofa, center table, and only a 1-seater. So you see what I did? We just omitted the 2-seater because we didn't have enough space in that room that time, and we didn't wanted to crowd the room. So you customize. So same way in the medium fidelity, though they have placeholders, they have a decent alignment, but it will not be the actual thing that you will looks like in your app or in your application, but it will be a little closer to that, right? It will not be some scribbling or just placeholder. It will be a more refined design. Make sense? Can you visualize these things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Third point, please.
A high fidelity UI prototype often called as rendering, will represent exactly how the UI should look and feel once implemented.
Perfect. Now here we have something that will exactly look like for example, if I have to create a Gmail's UI prototype or UI wireframe. Everybody uses Gmail? Yes, no? I really want
Yes.
to hear no on this.
Yes.
I've never heard
Yes.
no on this. No, right?
Yes.
Nobody. Everybody
Yeah.
uses Gmail. Yes,
Everyone
free
has
Yeah.
storage.
it.
Free
Yeah.
storage, Zindabad. Yeah. So absolutely, because it's very easy to use. So have you observed any time how does it look? It has a very neat and clean, and even by the way, Gmail also gives you flexibility to change your look, right? They give you theme,
Yeah.
color theme, or they
Yeah.
also ask you,
Yes.
do you want to compress your mail, 20 mails, 40 mails, 10 mails? You see, have you tried that?
Yes.
I mean, earlier
Yes.
times I used to do all
Yes.
that, just for fun. So if I have to make a UI prototype of Gmail, how that would look? That would look like, okay, in my center page, from say 70% of my page would be like, this is my UI, okay? Your might be little different, more or less is same, but still, it's like all the mails would be,
List.
displayed. On the left hand side, I'll see all the options that I have, like inbox, sent item, deleted item, unread item. And if you have created a multiple this what I would say uh folders, like in my case, I have my organization level folders. If I have to store some documents from the earlier companies, or if I have some personal documents, medical documents, anything, or some extra reading that I want to do. So I generally prepare a folder and I keep labeling them into that folder or transferring. You can have rules. And on the below side of the left hand side, you have the chat section, which we don't use that often nowadays because we go on Meet and just go for a video call. Remember? So if I tell you to draw this on a piece of paper, I think you all will be able to draw, because it's, oh, by the way, on the top you have that your name and icon and log out. And if you click on your name, all those other options pop up, right? Google Docs, storage, and whatnot. Remember? Everybody uses them? Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we ask you, just make a UI wireframe for Gmail, I think all of you can make it because you are using it and it is a lot simpler. That's why I did not take Facebook example. I took Gmail example. So imagine if you have to make it as a low fidelity, the first thing you'll do is you'll just draw lines in between, and left hand side you'll make like two boxes and a bigger box to contain everything. That's it. In a medium UI, you might start adding the names, or at least placeholders, that okay, inbox, outbox, and chat, and your icon and logout thing and stuff like that. And when we need to have a high fidelity, then you'll actually have the precise width and height and properly aligned everything that will look same as the Gmail actually looks. So do you see this? And by the way, as a BA, you are not expected to make any of it, but yes, you are expected, or you are supposed to know how they look or what is the difference. So tomorrow, per se, in a hurry, a designer is trying to give you a medium fidelity UI or medium fidelity wireframe, and you want to show the customer a high fidelity, wireframe, then you can cross question them. You can get back to them and tell them, hey, buddy, we want to give the final look and feel. This doesn't look like the high, UI. You're, I think, giving me the medium one. So please prepare a high fidelity UI and share. You see why we are teaching this here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because tomorrow, see, you as a BA, we are not expected to be a designer. Okay, your job is to understand the documentation process and to deliver and communicate. But then to know what you are getting from other teams is also essential. That's why we also highlight that as a BA, you also get into the testing part. Okay, the last. Okay, okay. So I have mentioned that note, a business analyst is responsible for either low fidelity or medium fidelity prototype. Okay, now when do they do that? I just recently said that you are not supposed to make it, but when you might have to make a lower medium fidelity, when you are in a discussion with a customer and they just tell you that, okay, I want my website to look like this. So on a piece of paper, whichever notebook you have, you just draw it. just to get understanding, and then you share that with your team members. So you understand the example that I just shared for Gmail is the same thing that you might have to do, if you do not have a designer or senior person from that team with you during the meetings. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Gaurav, if you're there, will you please go to the next slide?
Yeah, I want to add one thing, like even though if high fidelity prototype cannot be designed, and if there is any existing system lookalike, what you can do is that you can snip that out from the existing system and you can place into under the new requirement of the document and place it as a new fidelity, high fidelity. So is it clear, the additional information to everyone?
Yes.
Yes. So let's move to the next slide. Yes, Prerna. Yes.
Thank you, Gaurav. Okay. Now, this is one of my favorites and very useful information, I would say, when you enter into any organization. It stands for WBS, and that stands for, the full form is Work Breakdown Structure. Okay. And as you see, until now, I have that pretty confidence that you all have been into the session, you're reading, you're watching, and I hope you're rewatching the sessions. You have a fair idea of how things work in an organization, how many teams are there. So here, if you can just, first of all, before even reading the text, if you could see, you will get an understanding that it is a clear bifurcation or categorization. Can you see this?
Yes.
I just want people to read the entire boxes one by one. So there are like around 12 boxes. So I would at least 12, 13. Here, 13 different voices. People who are on permanent mute, Jago Mohan Pyare, please. I mean, I really want you to get up and speak, because it's very easy for us to assume that you are not there or whatnot. I know it will really make it more interactive, because this is a team and we want everybody's input in this. So I'll recommend people who are already on mute, unmute yourself and just read what is mentioned in every boxes. Okay. If one person, one box, that's it. So we'll get a opportunity for at least 10 to 12 people. So I'll start with the first one. So WBS chart example, and the first box, by the way, read it with number 0.0 or 0.0 retail website. So let me give you a clarity before you read. Is basically a retail website project, and in that we have different teams contributing. So teams or project members, and their WBS is mentioned. So can someone read the 1.0, please?
1.0 project management.
Project management.
Okay, project management, and I heard from Devinder only. Second, another person, please.
Requirement
Requirement gathering.
Requirement gathering.
Requirement gathering. 3.0.
Design
and analysis.
Design and analysis. Okay, still so many people on mute. Next.
4.0
Software development.
Okay, one person at a time, please. If somebody is speaking, please take a back seat and read. We'll allow everyone to speak later. Yeah. Software development 5.0.
Testing and production.
Testing and production. Okay. So somebody who's already read, they can mute themselves. Now you see they have bifurcation from 4.0 to 4.1. Now the next layer that we can see, or the next level, that comes from 4.1. So yeah, we'll read the 4.1, please.
HTML design and creation.
HTML design and creation. Perfect. Next.
Backend software.
4.2 backend software.
4.2 backend software. Perfect. 4.3.
Graphics and interface.
Perfect. Why I am listening to similar voices? Please, others, speak up. 4.4.
Content creation.
Perfect. Content creation. Now here, if you can see the third layer, it has branched out from 4.2. That is backend software, like database and stuff. So that's why, and even that's why I have asked you to focus on the naming or the numbering convention. Earlier it was 0.1, then we have 1.0, 2.0, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the fourth category branched out. The fourth category expanded. After that fourth category, it's 4.2 that has been expanded. Can you see this? Can you focus on this? Did you observe this, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So now 4.2.1,
Database implementation.
database implementation. Perfect. Next.
4.2.2 middleware development.
Okay, next.
4.2.3 security subsystems.
Perfect. 4 point next.
4.2.4 catalog engine.
Perfect. And last.
Transaction
processing.
Okay. 4.2.5 transaction processing. Okay. Now I want, who has not read till now, that person, I do not know because I see so many on mutes, to unmute and read the first line. Who has not spoken till now?
Shall I?
No, the people who have spoken, I'll request them to keep mute because you guys are active. I don't need to wake you up. The others which are on permanent mute, you know, they are PMs, they are permanent mute. So I want them. Who wants to read out? Please take this opportunity, guys. It's not
A good
Go ahead.
work breakdown structure, WBS. A good work breakdown structure includes only deliverables and activities. The
Perfect.
best approach in WBS is placing deliverable as summary activities and breaking down these summary activities into detailed activities based on the work required to meet such deliverables.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mamta. Thank you for reading out. Okay. Now let me give you clarity on this, what this super technical and very nice English line means. It simply means whatever work you get in a project, or you know, it's a part of your project activities or work, or it can be your sprint, it can be anything that we have to break down. Like for example, imagine now you all are in the same batch of BA, but imagine when you were when you were graduating, you all had different majors, right? Somebody is from accounting, somebody is from medical, as in science, somebody is from art, somebody is from, you know, other something, you know, corresponding courses, right? Am I right? Yes. So similarly, in a team, in a project management team, or in an application development team, with this example, these many teams are involved, okay, for all the work. It's never one person's job. It's always a teamwork, right? As a one person, if you want to do something, you can be a freelancer, but as a team in an organization, we need inputs from everyone. So how would you identify who is working on what? Names don't work. As in, yes, you will be assigned a particular task, but that will be again on your official work ID or your user ID, or what you call that. Oh, you know, your employee ID. Employee ID, yeah. That's fine. That's your tagging. But then as a team, what you're working on, or how the project will identify billing point. This is all little higher level. Like for example, every project that we are working on, that also has a cost. Like, you know, if a development team needs 5 servers, or if they need some very expensive software, or they need some iPads, you know, or Apple screens to work on, you know, for maybe some designing part or development part. So that is the cost to the company, right? Company will have to buy extra or take it from other department. So how would they understand for this project? For example, if it is a 1 million project, okay, I'm giving it a big number. How much expenses are we occurring? If we end up occurring more than 1 million, then it's a loss, right? So we definitely have to incur lesser expenses, and we have to get more from client. So to understand how much we are spending or how much cost is involved in each department, this WBS is helpful. So tomorrow, for example, we get to know that instead of 5, we had 10 developers. And how would you know? How would you know that? Because you will get those many WBS from development team. So here we can say database team, development of backend will consider. So in simple words, not to make it more, I would say, complicated. Whichever teams are involved in in a project development, they all have WBS just to identify which team has contributed or worked on which activity. And overall, as a project, we have to know how many teams have contributed with how many activities. Makes sense?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. We do the same thing in school projects. We do the same thing in office projects. We do the same thing at home also. I particularly remember, not now, nowadays we tend to outsource things a lot, but in earlier times, whenever there was a function, per se, any like a puja or any function or birthday party, we always categorize work. Like all the taller members in the house, especially guys, will be in charge of decoration. Forget the aesthetic part, that the females will again come and tell, but hang that there, keep that on that wall. So all that work will be given to the tall and elderly, or maybe the men in the house. All the cooking mostly used to be done by the females. Okay, all these other small things like go and blow up the balloons, or whatever, like some tiny task would be given to the younger kids, or meet, or the teenage kids. That time, luckily that time we used to listen to our parents. Now if you tell this to your kids, they'll just say hire someone to do that, right? So remember that categorization whenever we had a small activity at home. Similar way in professional setup, whatever work we do, it has to be identified, it has to be noted. And by the way, your billing, as in whenever you work in any organization, you'll always be asked what is your project code. WBS is also called as a project code or charge code. Okay, these are just words that are used in different organization. But if you ask me a standardized word, it is WBS, because I have very closely worked with it when I was working as a project manager or associating project manager in earlier days. It used to be a pain to identify which activity comes from which WBS. So everybody had to be very clear on that. Make sense? Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
No?
You're good.
So you want to add something here, or we can go to next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Give me a second. Somebody is waiting. Mahindra and Devinder. Yeah. Gaurav, if you're there, we can move to the next slide, please. Yeah. You want to take this, Gaurav?
Okay, Prerna. So,
thank you.
Yes. So let me quickly talk about what do we mean by visual thinking. Visual thinking means more or less sometime what may happen that when we are talking about something and we tend to do one activity in parallel. So have you ever seen that when we are talking about a topic, say, for example, environment, or we are talking a topic about water flow, okay, and then when we are talking, that is the time when we are also trying to, draw something. Have you ever seen that people doing such activity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
such activity, when you are giving it a visual representation, okay, while you are speaking and uh, while you are speaking and also drawing, that is simply call it as a visual thinking. Okay, a very simple process. So today, more or less, you are supposed to do so. So what happened yesterday, I was watching one clip of one news, and what I found, the news reader in the newsroom, he was using a whiteboard, and whatever he was trying to narrate and speak, he was also drawing that. So that such activity is called as visual thinking. So is it clear to all of you? Any question around it?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is as simple as that. So you can leverage such activity and incorporate it, and then use it to convey any complex topic to your audience, means your peers or developers, testers, or architect, or whoever involved in the project. So having said so, here documents template and its understanding we are going to talk about. So what all kind of documents we may require to know, say for example, vision document, requirement management plan document, user story document, use case document, business requirement document, requirement traceability matrix document, Not necessary for business analysts to know about it, but you may need to review it. That's the reason you need to know about requirement traceability metrics. So what do we mean by requirement traceability? Any guesses around it?
It is to trace the initial requirements, whether they
Exactly.
are followed till the end.
Yeah. So as the name suggests, you need to be able to trace the requirement. Okay. So what exactly happened? Testers create some cases, test cases, and those test cases from where they are creating, from which requirement, they need to refer to those bullets or those numbers. Okay. And at the end, the document name. So such are called as requirement traceability matrix. Those are generally in tabular format. You should be aware so that you can review whether the requirement traced is correct or not. Requirement traced is correct or not. And then comes functional requirement specification document, or functional specification document for what I was talking, system requirement specification or system requirement document. Test cases not necessary, but you may need to review it again. So test cases means what? Means for one functionality, you might have multiple ways to test it out, right? Say for example, when in how many of you have used either PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, any of these things?
Yes, I have used.
Yeah.
We have
So
used.
when you need to open a file, how do you open it?
New.
How do you open
Click
it?
on the file and then open a new.
Okay,
Click
so
on the new file.
first step, you said that you double click on the file. First is
Yeah.
either you double click or right click and then say open. Okay,
Open.
these are two ways.
Yeah.
Third way could be that if already the Word document is open and Word is open, but the file is not open, you can navigate to the file menu, click and open, and then through the window, you can pick the file which you really wanted to open, right? This could be the another way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another way is that simply you click on Control O and you can locate the file and you can
Locate the
open it.
file.
So for for only file opening, you have the 5 way to do so. Yeah.
Yes.
Likewise, for any one operation, there could be multiple ways to do. And in test case, you jot all of them down and you test all of such flow are working fine or not. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So project vision document are generally created by product owner. Requirement management plan generally means, see, now the beauty has happened. What, earlier we used to have large, large document which used to talk about use case. Large document inside one page was dedicated to user story, business requirement document. Still, we don't need them all in detail. All right. What we need to break them down in a smaller requirement, and yet should be able to park them in under one ticket. Okay. And for that, I want you to create dummy create dummy profile. Dummy profile means a free trial version in Jira. You create your own profile. Okay. So tomorrow, if you'll go, or tonight, if you have time permits, what you do, you create your personal account in Jira and create one dummy project into that. Okay. And what I want you to do is that I quickly want, before I explain this all in detail, I want all of you to. So how many people are there? So I want everyone, if each one of you can rename yourself, if you have attended last 4 classes. Last 4 classes means the day 1 of business analysis, where I was talking about the history of business analysis or history of business analysis. So whoever has attended the history of business analysis, I want all of you to type B12 in front of your name. just go back and rename yourself as a B12 because I am going to give you some exercise or assignment where you are going to work in a team. Can you all do that now, everyone, please? Come on. Rename yourself and add B12 in front of your name. Okay. Mahendra has written. Who else? Come on. Be faster. Okay. Make sure you are make it prefix so that it will be easy. So Inba has SB12. It's like a vitamin B12. So Pratiksha has written. Okay. Everyone, please go and do it faster. Okay. Ashi has written.
So Gaurav sir, this is Devinder, so I won't,
So
right?
you don't need to. You don't need to add that.
Even I don't write because this is my second class. This is Jyoti.
Okay, so you did not attend. No problem. So B12, you have to rename. Keep your name as is. Just add B12 before your name.
Sorry, how do we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Amruta, you can add in front of your name. Let me quickly check. Pooja, you can add before your name, B12. Collins, if you have attended history of business analysis, you can do as well.
No, I didn't.
I could not see Pooja Gupta B12 in front of your name. Please do that. Okay. Nikita, okay, you have added. Okay, whoever. Now I am going to take your name. Okay. So how many B12s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Unnati, you can also add, please.
Yes, but I'm trying, but it's not displaying here.
You are not able to rename?
No.
Why? Everyone is able to rename.
Yeah,
Try.
I did, but it's not displaying here.
Yes, so same happening with me. I did, but it's not displaying.
Okay, all right. So I'll still consider. So
It could be internet issue because I also tried. It happened in the third time.
Okay, it happened. Okay.
Yeah, it happened in the third time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think you can do, Gaurav, you being the host.
9, 10. Nirmal, did you try?
I couldn't do it.
Okay, so what we are going to do is that there are total B12 who has mentioned are around 24 people are there. So around 24 people are there and rest are not from B12. So B12 is indicating to batch 12 continuation. We are going to divide you into the group and you please know each other's name. Remember this, I'm going to call batch wise. So I'm going to make 6 groups. Okay, 6 groups. So 4 people each will go. So Mahendra, Monica, Pratiksha and Pooja are one group. Please know each other. Okay. I'm not going to repeat it. So be very, you can take a note of it. So Mahendra, Monica, Pratiksha, Pooja, that's number 1. Number 2 group is Ritika, Nikita, Jennifer, and Ramani. So group 2. Group 3 is going to be Unnati, Inba, Mamta, Kia. Okay. This is group 3. 4th group is Preeti, Bimal, Ashi, and Harsh. Okay. 4th group is Sivashakti, Amruta, Harshita, and Abdul. Sivashakti, Amruta, Harshita, and Abdul. Another group is going to be Nirmal, Desdemona, Smriti, and Janani. Okay. Everyone heard your
Sir,
name?
yes. Sir, I haven't attended the first session.
Don't worry. So I have not taken yours name who have not attended the first day. So,
So like
how many of
my name
you,
has been called actually. That's why.
everyone is with are knowing your group, right? Right now?
Yes.
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 Okay.
So
Cool.
I haven't attended, but I want to join if
Yeah, no
you
problem.
can
Now I
some.
want whose name is not taken, please raise your hand. Raise your hand virtually. So when you will go to, reactions, not in reaction, there is, in reaction, there is a raise hand button. So Collins, Yakshi, who else? Come on, if your name is not taken, please raise your virtual hand.
Okay, sorry. Devinder.
Even mine is not taken, so.
You had attended day 1, Jyoti?
No.
Okay.
This is my second class.
Yeah, so please raise your virtual hand.
How do I do that? I don't know how to.
Okay, so can you see the reactions in the Zoom? Are you attending from mobile?
No, I'm on the.
So when you click on the reactions, there is a raise hand option.
I'm on the computer, so it's
Yeah,
not.
so on the computer, when you click on the raise hand, click on the reactions, can you see the reactions?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I see, sir.
Okay, so when you click on the reaction, okay, now, so I believe everyone has raised their hand. So now I'm going to, so how many people are there? Yakshi. So Mahendra is the one. So okay, someone is giving the good thing. Monica says group 1, Mahendra. Okay, group 2 is Ramani. Group 3 is Unnati. And so where is group 4 then? Okay, group 4 I found now. So, okay, all right. So there are 5 groups. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to assign each one of you with one experience group. So Colin, you remember to get into the group of Mahendra, Monica, Pooja, and Pratiksha. Okay, Colin?
Okay.
You can lower your hand, please. Yakshi, you remember to be the part of group 2, that is Ramani, Ritika, Jennifer, and only 3 people.
No, there was.
Okay, Nikita was also
Nikita.
there. So Nikita, please, you remember. So
Yes, sir.
everyone remember your group name and group members. So you are joining that. Okay. You got it, Priyanka?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. So you are joining Ramani's group.
Okay.
Ramani, Ritika, and
Ramani, Ritika, Jennifer, Nikita, and me.
yes. So Priyanka, you can please lower your hand.
Yeah, sure.
Now, Priyanka is done. Jyoti, you are joining Unnati, Inba, Mamta, and Kia. Okay.
So which group is that?
It's a group 3. So nothing to do with the name, but Jyoti, you are joining these 3 people, Unnati, Inba, Mamta, and Kia. Remember your group members' name. All right. Jyoti, you can lower your hand, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Gaurav, ours is group 6.
Okay, that's the Mona. No, you should not be in the group 6. Wait.
Desdemona is with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so group I see to group 4.
Okay.
So like the group 6, I remember Janani, my name being called, but sorry, I don't remember the other names.
Okay, so please remember your group member's name. I won't be able to repeat that, but anyone remember that Janani was part of which group?
6th group.
Okay, so let's form Nirmal, Desdemona, Janani together, and
My name was in that.
Smriti.
Smriti,
Yeah,
your name was called, but I think you did not.
Smriti, Nirmal, me and Janani were in one group.
Okay, Smriti, Janani, Nirmal. Can someone type these names? So
Yes,
yeah.
I'm typing actually. Yeah.
Okay. So Smriti, Desdemona, you could join them. Yeah.
Yeah, I already put
You
my
are already
name
contact them.
with in the group 4.
Okay.
Nirmal, myself, Smriti, and
It
Janani.
doesn't matter. It's group 4, 5, 6 because sometimes
Yeah.
group names are repeated. So
Mhm.
Davinder, you join. So this is going to be your learning experience. People who have not attended, you can play the part of just associate business analyst, where you will not be actively involved, but you will be learning a lot. What you are going to learn, that I'm going to tell you. So, Davinder, you are going to join Shiva Shakti, Amrita, Harshita, Abdul. Okay?
Okay.
So, you can lower your hand. Now, let's invite Tejashri. So, Tejashri, you are going to join Preeti, Vimal, Ashi, and Harsh. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So, all of you, today you have to remember your group members' name, connect with each other, form a separate temporary group. Make sure you have created one, Jira, you have signed up for Jira trial version. You invite each other to be the part of one project. You can create one temporarily trial project into the Jira with any single name. Make sure all of your peer and partners are part of that temporary project and everyone has signed up into the Jira. So this is what you need to do for today. Tomorrow, how you are going to utilize it, that I'm going to tell. Is it clear to everyone what you are going to do it today and before we meet tomorrow? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So this is what it is today. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I have one like out of the way
Yeah,
question.
Yakshi, please ask.
When is the batch started? Like it's a 4 days have, or because you told about sprint and all, like it's already
So
discussed or-
these all things, whatever I have spoken, I'm going to speak again after a few days. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
don't worry
And
about
also, have
when.
you discussed about that BR, how to like write BRD and FRD?
I'm yet to talk about it. So don't rush. Whatever I have given you the task. Yes, for BRD, I have spoken that what goes inside in a nutshell, how requirement is broken down into the smaller requirement, how a large requirement will be broken down into smaller requirement. So I'm again going to talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Before that, Gaurav, so we all have to download, the Jira on our laptops,
So you
right?
don't have to download. So Jira is web-based tool. Okay. Cloud-based tool as well today. And you can simply go to Jira at Alshan version jira.com and you can create your own profile into that. Okay. And try to create one project inside. You will find that there is an option to create project and how you can connect in that Jira with your peers, means who all are the part of your group. Try to connect with them in Jira. Yeah.
Okay, but we don't know their exact names.
So that you need to explore. Okay. You don't know what?
Their names. So
okay. So when I was taking their names, did I ask you that we remember your peers also?
I do know that, but over there, I don't know how to do that, but I will try my best to.
No. I'm not asking that. See, what you have to do, you know your peers name right now, who all the part of groups, right? So what you need to do is that, let me quickly read the name. Okay. Who can take a lead on this? So Mahendra, you are there, right? Mahendra?
I'm there.
Yes. So may I ask you to take a lead of bringing everyone together and form a group for your communication on temporary basis?
We have already done.
Awesome. So like Mahendra, in group 2, Ramani can take a lead into that. Can you do that, Ramani?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
You want me to add you as well?
You can add, so every group can add me and Prerna.
Okay. I'll add that.
Okay, thank you. Then comes group 3, Unnati. Can you take a lead of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Group 4, Nirmal, could you please take a lead on that?
I'll try.
Yeah. So I want someone who can take a lead and just not try. So if you'll say that I will, then it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
thank
signed
you.
on Jira already, but I'll explore tomorrow. It's too late tonight.
Yeah. So you need to gather everyone's email address and ask every member to create their profile on Jira. And later you just send them invite through Jira. Okay. You will have to have the email address. Then group 5, Sivashakti, could you please take a lead on to that?
Yes, sir. I'll
Okay.
do that. Thank you.
And another group, Preeti, could you take a lead on your group as well?
Yeah.
I've created a group.
Yeah, Ashi already created an invite.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool then.
Tejashri, I think she is not. I mean, I have sent her the invite. Oh yeah, she's in.
Yeah, I just joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Janani, could you please take a lead on your group as well?
Yes, sir, definitely. Sure.
So everyone is done. So first step, everyone has to create their own profile on Jira. That's number 1. Number 2, the group lead, whose name I have taken just now, they are going to form a group, smaller group, where Prerna and Gaurav will be added. And third step is that share each other's email address with each other so that group leader can invite you in Jira project. That's it you have to do before we meet tomorrow. And what we have to do tomorrow, that I'm going to tell you tomorrow itself, tomorrow night. So we are going to next meet tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. EST. Having said so, I want quickly tell you one word. What is your feeling right now? Just not a statement or sentence, one word, please. So Monica, one word.
Lot of things to process.
Okay. So Pratiksha, what comes in your mind?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank you. Pooja, what comes in your mind?
Excited.
Exciting. Collins, what comes in your mind?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Ritika, in your mind? Ritika, in your mind?
Very easy to understand.
Easy to understand. Nikita, in your mind? One word?
Amazing and easy to understand.
Amazing. Okay, Jennifer, in your mind, one word?
It's becoming really exciting.
Exciting.
Looking forward.
Yeah. Ramani, in your mind, what comes?
Excited for Jira.
Excited for Jira. Jyoti, what comes in your mind?
Same thing, everyone.
Okay, you are excited as well. Yakshi?
Yeah, same excited and eager to learn more
Okay,
about.
eagerness. Unnati, what comes in your mind?
I'm excited for this task.
Okay, cool. Inba, in your mind, what's going?
Productive.
Productive. Mamta, one word. You can unmute and speak. Mamta.
Yeah, it was good and
Okay,
interesting
good.
session.
Interesting. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Kia, what comes in your mind? What you're feeling? One word.
Exciting and doing some practical approach. So great.
Exciting. Yeah. Preeti, what comes in your mind?
Interesting and exciting.
Interesting, exciting. Priyanka, in your mind?
Yeah, it's exciting and well explained.
Well explained. Tejashri, in your mind?
Excited and it's challenging.
Oh, it's in just mind. So challenging is in mind. So, Bimal, in your mind, what comes?
Yes, exciting and happy for, looking forward for practical learning.
Yes. Ashi, in your mind, one word, please. Ashi.
It's very interactive.
Interactive. Okay, Harsh, one word in your mind, please.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Sivashakti, one word in your mind.
Exciting and great.
Okay, Smriti, one word in your mind.
Exciting and interesting.
Exciting. Amrita, one word in your mind, please.
Yeah, excited.
Excited. Harshita, one word in your mind. Harshita, one word in your mind. Okay, Abdul, one word in your mind. Okay, Nirmal, one word in your mind.
Exciting.
Exciting. Desdemona, what do you have to say?
Exciting and interactive.
Okay, Janani, one word in your mind.
Yeah, super exciting and really exciting for Jira. Yeah.
Okay, Davinder, one word in your mind.
I'm lost.
Okay, you're lost. You're feeling lost?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
lot. I'm very new to everything.
You can rewatch the recording then. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I get email? How do I get this recording?
Okay, we will share in the group. Don't worry. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome. So it is going to be fun for you. Just let's go in the flow. Okay, we'll make it for you. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mahendra, what do you feel like saying, sir? One word in your mind.
Looks like my BA job started with the teamwork, and I'm in the lead role. Hope to do it well.
Yeah, you will do it. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for.
Gaurav, I have one question, Gaurav.
Yes, please.
It's not a question. It's a kind of like we have your batch this thing group. There are so many groups, and every groups we get so many jobs. This thing. So it's really very difficult to find out the recording session. So just can you find a solution for that?
Okay. So easiest way, what I'll do is that I'll share today the playlist with you of Agile Scrum BA. So what happens, the moment you will click on that, you will get the topmost recording, latest recording always in the top. So is it going to help you?
Yeah. Okay. And do we have any kind of a channel wherein we can just go and find out all these videos? Because I could not get
Come again. What did you ask? Could you repeat?
Do you have a channel, YouTube channel, where we can find all these videos?
Yeah, you watch actually those YouTube videos on YouTube channel itself. So yeah, so you have to just click on that and it is there. You watch them on that channel itself. It's a Guru Schools channel. So when I'll share you the playlist, using that you can just go to the profile page and you can see what is the channel name if you are interested in knowing that. Okay.
Yeah. Gaurav, I have a question. This is Jyoti.
Yeah, Jyoti.
Actually, what happened in past, I did the freeze 0 to 3 times from different emails. So now I have to create another email, right? Only then my classmates can invite me.
Create a new email, and using that you can create a new Jira.
So I have to give my the batchmate that email so they can find me. You understand my question?
Yeah, that's right. And that email you will have to check for receiving the acceptance of the project. Okay, later.
Okay, the new email.
The new email.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, wait. Okay. So cool. So any other question? No? So we are good for today. So thank you so much, everyone, for showing up, and we will meet again tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. EST. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
So Bimal,